What's going on, you guys? It's Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist here, back here with another video, and I'm giving you an update on today's events that's been going on around the world of sports. So we're gonna start with last night's NBA Finals matchup, Game 4 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. And what was an intense back and forth effort, the Lakers ended up coming out on top, 102-96, so putting him ahead in the series 3-1, which means one more win Friday night, and the Lakers will clinch an NBA tying record 17th NBA title, which is the record in most championships in NBA history, currently held by their longtime historic NBA Finals rival, Boston Celtics, who have 17 themselves. So another win on Friday for the Lakers, and the championship is theirs. It was a better performance from the Lakers from top to bottom throughout, especially from LeBron James, who had a big night with 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, and he was able to cut down on the turnovers as well. Anthony Davis was also big in this one, scoring 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks, especially hitting a clutch three-point shot with 39.5 seconds remaining in the game that essentially put the game on ice as well. So Kentavious Caldwell-Pope stepped up big with 15 points, and Danny Green had a better performance with 10 points as well. And for the Miami Heat, it was a good effort from Jimmy Butler, but not like that superstar-like performance that we saw in Game 3. But still a good performance. Jimmy Butler for the Heat finished with 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists and 3 steals, while Tyler Herro had a mediocre game but picked up down the stretch with 21 points. Duncan Robinson, their lethal three-point shooter, had finished with 17 points. And Bam Adebayo, in his first game back from a neck strain, finished with 15 points and 7 rebounds for a Heat team that is now facing elimination for the first time all postseason long. So with the fact that this team has been known for its miraculous, heroic comebacks, never giving up to the very end, always fighting, winning for the Heat culture and whatnot. So I expect them to come out really hungry and play with desperation, and they might win Friday night in Game 4. So Game 4 of the finals will be Friday night at the same time at 6 o'clock on ABC, Channel 7. So make sure to tune in and see if the Lakers can close it out, or will the Heat will try to force a decisive Game 7 down the stretch. Now, a potential Game 7 in this scenario would be next Tuesday as we speak. So if the Heat decides to pull forth a miraculous effort and win the next 2 games throughout. So Game 5 Friday night, will the Heat force Game 7, or will the Lakers close it out and win their 17th title in NBA history? So I'm a Laker fan, I'll be honest with you, and I really hope they close it out. Unfortunately, I'm going to be at work, but I know I already have the game on record and whatnot, so hopefully something good might happen down the way. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna shift over to Major League Baseball action, as I'm gonna give you like a quick rundown of yesterday's scores for those of you who hadn't caught up with the earlier scores from that day before I left for work. But I'm gonna give you a quick rundown from yesterday's action. The Miami Marlins got thumped by the Atlanta Braves 9-5, so the Braves struck first blood. The Houston Astros got the best of the Oakland Athletics 5-2, and they're on the verge of completing a sweep as they too remain perfect this postseason. Both the Atlanta Braves and the Houston Astros have currently started off the postseason undefeated themselves. The Tampa Bay Rays got 4 different home runs to edge out the New York Yankees 7-5 to even their ALDS matchup 1 game apiece. And the Los Angeles Dodgers, behind their strength of their their pitching rather, had eked out the National League West Division rival and California rival San Diego Padres 5-1 to win the opening game in the NLDS. Even though Walker Buehler only logged in like 4 innings because he was at 95 pitches and still trying to recuperate from that blister that he suffered a couple weeks back on his pitching finger, the Dodgers were able to eke out a win. Dustin May basically got the victory in relief for 2 innings, getting the best of Garrett Richards, who filled in for Mike Clevenger, who only lasted 2 innings due to a recurring elbow issue that basically sidelined him from the wild card series. So yeah, with that being said, those are the rundown for yesterday's action of postseason baseball. And today, we already got the final score from earlier this morning's game. The Braves once again got the best of the Marlins, shutting them out 2-0. And now the Atlanta Braves has just become the third team in Major League Baseball history to open up the postseason with three shutouts in four different postseason games. So that's a historic accomplishment. And with one more win tomorrow night, well, rather tomorrow morning for the Braves, they will advance to the National League Championship Series for the first time since 2001. So that's a total of 19 years since they made their last League Championship Series appearance. So maybe a little resurrection from the team in the 90s, maybe, but, if the Braves can sweep the Marlins tomorrow, they advance to the NLCS. And right now, the Houston Astros is leading the Oakland Athletics 7-4 at the top of the sixth inning. Now, the A's had a 4-2 lead in the fifth inning before the Astros responded with a 5-run fifth inning. So, as a result, they lead at 7-4, hoping to complete a sweep themselves, as the Astros have been perfect to start the postseason, and they're on the verge of a sweep of the Oakland Athletics to advance. So, if they do win this one right now, then the Astros will advance to the American League Championship Series for the fourth consecutive year, which has been a while that any team has ever done that in the modern postseason era. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, tonight you're going to have the Tampa Bay Rays and New York Yankees matchup with Game 3, as Charlie Morton for the Rays will go on against the mound against Masahiro Tanaka of the New York Yankees. So that's going to be a real good matchup, unless there's going to be a much more offensive dynamo all the way throughout, as we have seen the first two games of that series. And then Game 2 between the San Diego Padres and the Los Angeles Dodgers for Game 2 tonight will feature Zach Davies from the Padres against Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. Kershaw, in his last postseason outing to complete the two-game sweep over the Milwaukee Brewers, was perfect, going 8 scoreless innings with 13 strikeouts and only giving up a hit. So hopefully he can repeat that masterful performance that he had in his last outing. And I'm a Dodger fan, and I really hope they get this one so they can have a stronger hold in this matchup as well. So, and this is a Padres team that's known to be resilient all season long. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. And of course, I have some breaking news to break out from earlier this morning, because I just found out that in the NFL, that Pro Bowl and All-Pro cornerback and reigning Defensive Player of the Year, cornerback Stephon Gilmore of the New England Patriots, has just tested positive for COVID-19. So this is a really unfortunate turn of events, because he had just played Monday night against the Kansas City Chiefs, in which the Patriots lost 26-10. And as a result of this diagnosis, the Patriots week 5 matchup against the Denver Broncos this Sunday afternoon is up in jeopardy because of that. So he's become the second Patriot to be tested positive for COVID-19, because last week it happened to Cam Newton. And speaking of Cam Newton, he's asymptomatic, so he hasn't felt any weariness or anything like that, as we all know. But he does need to pass 2 straight COVID tests in order for him to be eligible for this upcoming week as a result. So it's a really tough week for the Patriots after going clean to begin the season. You lose your star quarterback, and then you lost embarrassingly to the Kansas City Chiefs, which is already a dynamite team anyway. And then you're probably going to lose your reigning Defensive Player of the Year because of the same situation. That's going to prompt him to miss this week's game against the Denver Broncos. So it's really been a tough week for the Patriots throughout. I mean, but it's not as tough as the Tennessee Titans, who had like almost 20 players. Well, yeah, almost 20 players tested positive for COVID-19. And speaking of which, they just opened up their practice. They were just planning to resume practice facilities and training at their facility, but we just got word that two more players of the Titans organization have tested positive for COVID-19. So after going 6 straight days of people, left and right players and staff members tested positive for COVID-19, they went like a couple days straight with negative results as well. Now you have two more additional players as of today testing positive. So now their week 5 matchup is in jeopardy as well, considering the fact that they have not played um, in 2 weeks since their victory against the Minnesota Vikings in Tennessee, or rather in Minnesota. So it's a real big blow for the Titans organization, because after you just got through a negative series of tests, two more of your players tested positive, and now your schedule is going to get back even further. And at this point, in my view, I say they should just cancel the season just to save face. But at the same time, you know, the NFL works and whatnot. So it's just really unfortunate of how this is going to go down for the NFL as well. So it's just sad, as we all know it. So, but anyways, that's all the updates that I have for you in today's world of sports. So make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell com button where you get my daily notification updates on my videos in the upcoming future. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, do you think the Lakers have a shot of closing it out without making any mistakes, or do you think the Heat have enough fight left in them to extend the series to a 7th game next Tuesday? So, what do you think on that? And who do you think has the best chance to win the World Series this year? So let me know who you think has the edge on that. Like I said, hit the like and subscribe button, hit that bell button where you get my daily updates on my videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that being said, I'm Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm out. Peace.